Asira kesian komo bibia say nwumre mo de mo fidi ato a24 radio. Ebredu sense sema ACC o mem ha say no. Dia sema ya to ne din trending news ye de be somo nwumre. Enen sem no de di makotene ebi ene say. Ekuo bi a enhye aban ase aye nhwehwemu na nhwehwemu a waye no. Wode abetuju ase squad ya tumu no. Eno ama maiwa dodo na etimi enyensen enya asem keto akra.
Well, we conducted researches in 200 schools across the country, 100 junior high schools and 100 senior high schools during the reopening period for finalists. And findings from the research suggested that 20% of the schools we sampled recorded cases of girls not returning to school.
Na Ghana yaman penia bedi echire His Excellency Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia de atudwa se na nado danko Akufo-Addo ne NPP aban no wamo ebo momodin pia se mpumtujuma ebeko emiaye ahodo pi.
Places because of the architecture of the development strategy that was being pursued. That architecture was fundamentally wrong because it did not allow development to seep down to the ground. So many communities could be forgotten and were forgotten because the development was not coming there. The management of the economy did not increase the resources so that if someone is not able.
Prof. Nana Jane Opoku-Agyeman tuapemu edema His Excellency John Dramani Mahama another one civil society organizations ahodo Asia na ode futuo enso ama ensemtrefo ewo wom dwumadi ahodo a wodie emu sa enso ena another waekefo afrens semtrefo nhyiemu ede anamo omo tu ede afa vigilators a womo edan subampone edi wabra enso no ekoso no
has prepared notes, textbooks and pamphlets to the examination hall has also been on the increase.
In some way, any afufro pin and enumere, yes, in Konya, was some for a don't comedy, ever be some more. Afe and some no emu enchemo enye. Ebese busumi enum ekonsia esoni ena COVID-19 Ghana ha ye sha asese ye register bie na eno ena aban eye nhihye se schools ahodo no yentum se ne be ya COVID-19 no ntimi tretre na enye emfa ba bia eno nti schools ahodo free nursery kopem university so de yetu ni nyina emu a mofra enko schools anso na mpanimfo nso enko school na bese bosome ekobosome mienu ni ene ebietum ema university for sanso ena yenuanom a omo ewo senior high school a na omo be twere omo nsohwe na ebietum a omo akwa twere omo nsohwe no omo edi akwa akogo sanso ena JHS 3 for nso omo gusu anyame adom a na otwe besimin Jordan mu omo ebe hyase atwere omo ensohwe na omo SHS 1 SHS 2 sanso na JHS 2 ebepem nursery de womo enyina ewofie na nhwemu bia betodwa a echiremu se emofra womo ewofie no enam school a yemie entum nti enipa no dodo na nkora no dodo na maiwa dodo na ena womo entimi enko school mu ni nyina enesen yebie yede lockdown ye ebaye anase yede ye lock school ana ye close down schools no ama emofra no dodo na titiri embaya no ma mene papa djuma ena omu edie wamo awofo ebinum entimi ene wamo ankasa eno nti omo yede omo pe na agodi edi nyinsen ebefie no ebi ena omo ekoye a omo akwakoye na ekua ye friend African Watch Africa Education Watch wamo hwehwemo omo aye kiremu se wamo afa schools be se ahenu 200 na ahenu omo afa no uyimu aduonu a ohamu chichemu aduonu a wamo enyina emaya ewom no wamo entimi enko school mu ebiem na ehwehwemu a omo nyaaye anase nsema a omo eteye ene se 85% ohamu nchichemu aduotwe enum de wamo afefro sanso ena ohamu nchichemu edunum de wamo de forced marriage one awfo asho omo kete se e wo se omo enko na omo enko ware na saa ohawi eye ade bia eha adwene pa eye owura Dr. Kofi Asare wono na oye opani kwankyerefo edema Africa Education Watch wono na oninukio eye nhwehwemu a womo ede ensem yi eto edwa yenti opani kwankyerefo edema Africa Education Watch won nhwehwemu a omo eye ne ho.
We conducted researches in 200 schools across the country, 100 junior high schools and 100 senior high schools during the reopening period for finalists. And findings from the research suggested that 20% of the schools we sampled recorded cases of girls not returning to school. And the reasons we gave were 85% pregnancy and then 15% early marriage. Now, this findings resonate with the experience of surviving in Liberia during the post-Ebola period of school lockdown in 2014. And so we drew the attention of government to the critical issues relating to re-entry of pregnant girls to school. And the need for the government to amend the current admission system within the three senior high schools so that headmasters would have the permission to readmit these girls when they give birth. It is important to also appreciate that the role of civil society organizations in conducting community-based outreaches and also media in broadcasting content that promotes responsible sexual lifestyle and moral lifestyle is very relevant in ensuring that girls are able to re-enter school when school opens sometime in January.
Eno eye openi kwankyerɛ for da Africa Education Watch ano owura Dr. Kofi Asare ena yete ne nka no na wonyina so ene sen womo ese nhwehwemu omo eye no emia bi tise bongo bolga ani nyina ewo etifi apueye mantem ho no wo ena afin so fanteman mensne num eye emia ahodo a saa nyinsan anase nkora ye de omo ema aware no ekoso pa eye a enye asem keto akra asem yi enye nwanwa efrise eba mmofra a omo enyinsan a omo nyamfie du ngotwe omo enyinsan a okopiem ewo Upper Easter edintintima ye pa enye asem keto akra ewo ho eno nti omo echirem se abanfa enoma engu akwan mu wanya hyehyɛ sene ebe ya mmofra no betimi asa akọ won suku akoto omo engumasua so se nyame adom na nyame esue omo na omo ewo efo omo ba sene ebe ya free education hyehyɛ no akra bia nsa ebetimi aka bi osanso de efutuo ene adesere atonsem enim say yemfa yen platforms ahodo no entufo na yenkasa enkyere awofo no na omo nso eni enko omo nkora no na yenka bi na aban no nso asonte sene ebe ya nkora a omo afanyin omo betimi asa akoto omo enwoma adusua so.
We've been engaging since the report was launched a month ago in the Fantiman district, in the Amina area, in Bongo and in Boga. These are the key areas where the numbers are high. And these areas are actually areas for having higher numbers of teenage pregnancy cases in Ghana. And so it is not surprising, except for the fact that we are likely to see an exacerbation of the problem because of the long period of school closure due to the COVID pandemic. And so the data I'm talking about is data from 200 schools, and the number between 1 and 3 per school. We are continuing with the survey to get more qualitative data on the social circumstances of these girls. Our focus is to ensure that the policy prescriptions available to facilitate re-entry actually do work. Because if the re-entry policy of the GAS is not operational, it will be difficult for these girls to re-enter school after pregnancy. That is the focus of our research. Finally, have key roles to play at the community level to ensure adequate engagement. Media will play in generating and broadcasting content that will support responsible moral and sexual lifestyles of these girls as they remain in school, as they remain at home, and also CS schools have key roles in ensuring that we speed up our community level engagement with these girls, make them more assertive and resistant to sexual violence, and also improve their moral behavior so that they won't be involved in activities likely to get them pregnant.
Kofi Asare, Executive Director Edema African Education Watch. Na eno ena ochrim says research a omo eye omo efa school maako ha ewo senior high school mu sanso ena omo efa o hanso efree junior high schools mu eno ena omo nsa etimika amanebo a yede ato mo anim no na yebe consent from ewo nhomasua kro no mu bese na otwe bosumi mienu enie ena yenuanum kuma na omo ewo senior high schools mu omo ede omo nsore ehye so denden na nsore ne de agimina pa trendy ye ensema esi ho na chese enye ensema na eye enika kra school nkara omo ese teacher phone bia mo kwan eno nti school ajapade ahodo omo se no sanso ena omo nso a omo echirim se omo normal omo suaye anto eno nti ebiba abontin be di Ghana ye mampani atem ne mpanifo aka omo ehwe enwumasua so eye video de ba abontin be sopa omo so patro na ene waekefo ede krata asanso ehia nsemtwerefo ede amanebo ato anim amanebo de ato anim nyina ene se ochiremu se teacherfo binum a ye fa omo se invigilators no omomode mu omo eboye no eye ade bia ansani ene sen womo ede phones ahodo ekowura mu ewo examination centers na de omo eye ne ese womo ene mpanifo bi ehyehyɛ ɛho na ehyehyɛ ho omo ye no womo ede answers ne nyina egu phones no so ena omo de kowura mu ewo examination hall eno ena womo efa question number 1 a omo say answer na eye say number 1 answer ye A eno nti womo evidence etonsem anim say teacher fo a womo ho boss a asem yi mu no womo ebetwe womo aso na womo de sa asotwe no ahye aposifo ensam say womo ena womo ntwe sa empanifo yi aso opani kwantrefo a woda waek jumedie ano ewo Ghana ha say ye maame Wendy yi adi lamte ene semtrefo edi nkomo na say ena wode eto yen anim ochiremu say teacher fo a womo eho bon sa ensem yi a womo de phones ewura mu ewo examination hall no eye evansiebo a sanso na Daniel Trade ewo Akem Asafo senior high school evansiebo a ewo Kede senior high school sanso na Kwame Apia ene teacher fo a aka womo ede womo ama aposifo say de emra no esitie no womo ne womo eni.
With the engaging since the report was launched a month ago in the Fatima district, in the Amina area, in Bongo and in Boga. These are the key areas where the numbers are high. And these areas are actually areas for having high numbers of teenage pregnancy cases in Ghana. And so it is not surprising, except for the fact that we are likely to see an exacerbation of the problem because of the long period of school closure due to the COVID pandemic. And so the data I'm talking about is data from 200 schools, and the number between 1 and 3 per school.
Yebesre we enye ene a yepese yebo emamono enino enye mame Wendy nini.
On some invigilators sending their mobile phones to the examination halls, using same to assist candidates by detecting questions stored on the mobile phones and solutions to the candidates. Some proprietors of schools and vigilators were complicit in this unfortunate act. We'll mention some of them. These people are even already in the social media and are already out there in the public domain. Mr. Ivan Siabua, a maths tutor at Kede SHTS, Mr. Daniel Amenyo, an economics teacher at Akim Asafo SHS. He was not even actually the invigilator for the paper, but the invigilator stood whilst he came in and was taking snaps of the question paper. We have Mr. Kwame Apia Kubi, a social studies tutor, and Mr. Kwabena Buachi Adom, a sculpture tutor, both from Dadieso Agwek SHS. We also have Mr. Michael Budukuma, an agri science tutor at Akim's Radio Secondary School. These people are already in the public domain, and we have many more that we will be putting out.
Eno Mame Wendy yi adi lamte waek boss a wo Ghana ha say ena yete ne kan no sa kire mu say teacher phone bi so eboy man kra na the pamphlet say akiola kakraka no de awuram examination hall. Prof Kwams ni book kakraka past questions na o de awuram examination hall sanso na pamphlet ahodo na mofra no etimi edi wuramu wa bra na akyerɛkyerɛfo yi egina hɔ no ma wo mutwumadi ede hyɛ wo nsa sɛ wo nye no wo mo entimi anya omo efo aso na no so no obo ɔkyerɛkyerɛni a yɛfrɛ no Richard Nkrumah yɛbɔ ne din ɛwɔ hɔnom sanso ɛna Frederick Champon ɔno so ne din epie mu ɛwɔ hɔnom a kyerɛ sɛ ɛnya asɛm ketewa koraa na kyerɛ sɛ dwumadi a yɛde hyɛ wɔn nsa no wɔn amfa mmarakwan so anni saa adwuma no sɛ yi ɛna ɔkyerɛ saa nsɛm no emu.
Has prepared notes, textbooks and pamphlets to the examination hall has also been on the increase. Impersonation. Usually we see impersonation in private exams, but now with the school exams, some impersonation cases have already been recorded. And for now, 2 teachers, Mr. Richard Nkrumah and Mr. Cedric Sefa Achampon, have been charged with abetment. Most of these cases are already in court.
Ghana ahase waek penia owaha mame Wendy yi adi lamte ene etene nkanfa nhyehyɛ a wɔn ayɛ afa teacherfo a wɔn entimi ani waek nhyehyɛ so wabra wasi nsɔhwɛ no ɛhyɛ aseɛ no ɛno ɛna wɔn de asotwe ahodoɔ egu akwan mu de ama akyerɛkyerɛfoɔ no bi ɛna afei nso wɔn gu so a ɛhwɛ sɛ akyerɛkyerɛfoɔ aka nso mmara no ebetimi ne wɔn edi no nyonyo na yewram ewo amanyosem emu si yewram amanyosem a bese nenan eni ena yede to mo anim se Ghana mampani abedi akire His Excellency Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia kwakopim ewo etifido mantam ema mantam enum ne de oguso a ebonto a enye asem keto mene wo kasai owo wa na wa ho no ene dai yenuanom radio station baako a eno so ewo wa omo okokotena so radio wa okotena honom ene omo edi enkomo na enkomodie mu no ene ode atodwa se na nado danko akufu ado obo no homoden pa enye emoden ketewa na dwumadi a wo die no Ghana na yebio na nado wo yebi papa enyuma hodo ode agu akwam a wo ye no enye se wo ye no wo baabi fa akon Ghana me nyina na nado danko akufu ado ede enoma agu akwam a ne noma hodo no ekoso ewo emia ahodo sei ena ye mampani abedi akire Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia eka ne nsem
because of the architecture of the development strategy that was being pursued. That architecture was fundamentally wrong because it did not allow development to seep down to the ground. So many communities could be forgotten and were forgotten because the development was not coming there. The management of the economy did not increase the resources so that if someone is not able to pay teacher training allowance, would not be able to bring the resources to Bologna to do a water system, for example, or what. Many of the nature of the architecture for development, poorer societies, the poorer communities were being adversely affected. What we have done is change that architecture. And you will see that what Nana Akufo-Addo has said is that let's make sure that we have an architecture that distributes the development fairly across the country. And so how do we do it fairly? Of course, PSHS, everybody has it. But let us insist that if it is an ambulance we are buying, let's not just buy it for one district or one region, let's buy for everybody. So we said one constituency, one ambulance.
Ghana mampani abedi akire His Excellency Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ena yetene nkano na osade tujwa se na nado danko Akufo-Addo te akonya so yi constituency bia ni ho e wo mem hase a ne ho be kire no e wo project ahodo a na nado danko Akufo-Addo eye no mu
that SADA has done under the development authorities is very clear. What you can point to that there is no constituency in this country that you can go to and not see the projects. No constituency, right? So these are things that yesterday the chiefs, if you talk to Busena, I'm not the one saying. If you listen to the speech of our father, the Busena, if you listen to the speech of him, he went through many of these projects. But interestingly, we were saying, they had not had this type of development under the 8 years of the NDC. They have not had this type of development.
Ghana man penia bedi echire Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia free Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia so ya yemfa yeni enchire kane man peni John Dramani Mahama so asue what they atudwa say economy no atete apansam apaska enkoye economy no emwa Ghana fo nyina economy no eboa anipa kakra bi nhihye a NPP aban eye no Ghana fo nyina na ese enya ho mfaso nipa kakra bi wo memu ase womo na enya eho emfaso na ose oba na waba be hyehyɛ Ghana ye economy no na ama ye sikasɛm no etimi agina sei kim ye currency no ye sika no ebegina sei pampe na ode ato edwa sei sa ye kai ni juma hodo a oba ebedi ye oba abetoa so ama sa history oba be no say one ne mampani a yetu ne fira akonya so a yesa abede na si akonya so ebiem sa history no entonchen no o sa beboa ema yensi kasem yenyuma ahodo bibia timi agina say kim na family and friends amanyo ayeye no mem ha say ne de oba betu wo mo ama Ghana fo nyina ne hihye ya odi begu akwan mu no ye nyina yetimi edi ho emfaso na amemu ekoso de egunyuma ahodo na nipa dodo na anyuma na egu na oba no befa akonwen a Ghana ye economy no yensika ne yenyuma ehun nsem no ebegina say pampe.
It's not waiting for the people, it's waiting for only a few. We will fix the economy and make it work for all Ghanaians. We'll fight the disastrous effect of the poor economic management of this administration. The NDC has the experience to turn around this dire economic situation to bring relief to the suffering masses of Ghana. We will sanitize the financial sector. On the macro front, unprecedented mounting public debt, depreciating cedi amongst others, are all a telltale sign of an economy in deep distress. We will roll out prudent macroeconomic measures anchored in sound management. We will bring the public debt under control. We'll stabilize and strengthen the long-suffering cedi, reduce inflation, ensure a low progressive taxation regime, and restore inclusive growth. We'll make the business environment friendly again, provide unprecedented job-related stimulus packages for the private sector, and most importantly, increase Ghanaian participation and stake in our economy. And we'll put an end to the vindictive targeting and collapse of Ghanaian businesses and its attendant job losses.
Kanema Penny, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama ne yetene kana na okasawie sekim ena yefre Daniel Ochim Abuaje ono ena weye mrahye bedwani ewo Bantama abato mpasua no eso ono so basic asem ene enyuma hodo so a parliament odi muntintiman pa ene ebisa ne sei ena John Dramani Mahama eka on ugitum sen eno no ochirem se aso we de obi ani tua enyuma pa na nado danko akufu ado aye ama Ghana ye economy na agina sei pampe ama obia eho atono COVID-19 mu kohwe aman foforo so said ye omo ema eho esi kire wo mo no na enso na nado danko akufu ado ne made e wom se COVID-19 no de ahokyera ba na enso waboa wo mo de hyepa egu akwan mu hwe o hwe nsu a amanfo bu ni free light amanfo edemu free eno entonchen no free education amanfo egusu a omo eko sanso ena hyehyɛ ahodo pia eboa ama Ghana ya setremu etimi agina kim agina dendenden aye kama no eno ena eye hyehyɛ papa na zensi kasem de enie enya asem keto akra
the nation training allowance stabilize restore next teacher training allowance ani the team see ya nya banking sama kopaya bank ya teacher pansam affect enti facing years kumpokwa e ka se ebinum ka se 17 ntumi nye kwa mpono ti 20 years later no e bia ba ma ne eni pa be 1.2 million enya ho faso a ekobie enti economy na ne wo ho no a ya huru bi da no sai record ni 17 producer you will see you we don't have short memories anymore e be ka kaya ho enti ye ready wo ho no a ye best stabilize here no any new programs ye de ba ye infrastructure for all. Okubebi to say in northern region. A big one, yes, more than Opa Mimi consistency, Bantuma consistency. Maybe one corner service in projects and soon Puniho and then Montpellier Kufado, a big infrastructure for all.
And yes, a painting, the Benya interchange, the Benya be a young cassette, a beer, school, primary school, as a Yachamu, the developers and the Manama. Now, say a Cassia, and two cassette, obey you, ya. Only can say, Ghana won't share a new mile over 17,000 different projects a year award. And the year can say, yeah, manifesto, a leadership of service. You have some Ghana war. You have 60 programs now, you have 2 years. The economy grow at a rate of about 7% on average until I read the boom. You have the boom. On Pinnacle, what was said, or where compassion, my ma. I said, baby, and I'm home against that. Nurse, Yamma and Yamma, and Yafuka Kramaniba, and soon you don't come, Yagi, but in such a free, in Ranoma, Sabi, more below the lifeline, Yamfakanian Chomu, Suninsia, business is a say, you make sure say I'm over 600 million for support women. And even in the middle of crisis, I don't be done. He showed competent leadership.
Onimonyamfo Daniel Ochim Abuaje eye Bantama abaton pesua so mrase bedwani ono ena yetene nkano na ene de yutuapemu dima John Dramani Mahama ono so one civil society organizations ahodo a wo mema sey echia wakọ akosra omo ne omo akodi nkomo na mani ba ode ko ho nyina ene se okọ akọhwe won dwumadi ahodo sene enoma esi eko na eno ena ode ato edwa se na one na ne Frank etufo eguso a ebo momoden eden enobampa egu akwemu a jese enya asem keto akra na no ode abasobo edema civil society organization ahodo bi etese gipek ene idec otimi kokosra omo no ode atu edwa se nipa bi se ya omo ekebia ewom no se omo boa no mdo si akonwa so a eni kwan se oye oho tititrinti we se wonti obi a ana se oka bi ana bibi tene na se bibi chi ana se opese otene wa oye wa adwene se wontie na eno eye ade bi a eye subampone a eni kwan se aban bi Ghana for do si akonwa so na no man koye na se omo ka se ye ni se ya e wo se utie sei ena ye mame Professor Jane Nana Opoko Ajiman ene CSOs Asia ye no wode ne nsem eto edwa.
And therefore going forward, yes, we have our own notes on implementation plans. So we are going to the conversation data. We'll listen to the points, but we also need to start fleshing out our implementation plan. And just as we began, we continue that we will implement together, we will evaluate together, and we know the importance of civil organizations in this country. And this explains why we have taken the steps to be with you. And you know, consequently, it's not so much about the numbers. The numbers are important, the values are important, the ideas are important, the thoughts are important. So all of these translated to the strength you need in order to go forward. We have talked about the independence of our institutions. It's very, very important that they are protected, that we nurture them, and we allow them to operate for national building.
Eno tuapemu dima John Dramani Mahama Professor Jane Nana Opoko Ajiman ena yetene nkano na osanso ede efutu mansem trefo se sensem trefo edijuma bi na sentiase no omo enya ese omo ebisempanifo anase omo enimu na omo atimi edi omo adwumadi se ne be ya Ghana for ebenya entiase ewo dwumadi ahodo a ekoso ewo maimu a
by working with all of you in implementing the plans. We may not all have to be doing the same things. We can be fast checkers, we can be people who are watching over your shoulder. It's all part of it. And I think part of the strategy is to be open, to accept. If you don't understand the person listening to you, but not to reject without even examining, because that is not how we think it should be done. So we need the media. I don't think it is for nothing that in this country the media is seen as a fourth estate. It is not any other profession that is seen as the fourth estate. And for good reason, for the reason of sharing information and allowing the public to make their conclusion. It's not about thinking for, it is about allowing people to.
Professor Jane Nana Opoku Agyeman yɛte nka no na opani a wɔyɛ futufo edema Ghana mampani ɛwɔ apomdin ensem ɛho Dr. Anthony Nsia Asare ɔno nso ɛde ensem atodwa sɛ Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo wo bɔ ne homodin ye papa ya enye asem keto akra Nana ebefa adwuman nhihye pii ena Nana ede egu akwan mu a ekoyi papa enye se afei ena enoma ejinsem ewo Nana ensem Nana guso a ekoso ne nyina eye ensem a wodi tudwa wa bra NDC for mo launch wo mo campaign a wo mo ehye ebose se omo eba free primary health care delivery no wamo e de beba no na no no chirem se na se dwumade yi wo hodada wo hwe nyuma hodo a Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo wadi no apomdim a Nana esese yesa ema no emfie enan eka ho
eja ko kwani to so e nyema ye dada ai before ye ye kan say you say you be a 2015 no e dia ye ya e de mo de ye 2020 to 2021 2024 and yeah so you have to so the come kuna yeah amana the ya you binya and all for idea well done over the action over the international for the year you know especially and all for up the experience and war am my foot and say and see Barbados for by the master yeah because the next for Barbados go out the exchange program any collaboration with international organizations with the international health idea igusu ayenda if you look at how people over there the next trigger na put na and them are working now a work in progress
and normal way nyina a work in progress now say and some JDM ka nyina Ghana for any amfe tranye and some no krebi anim
yeah and na government to proposition for acquisition of the hospital as I speak now what we should do in the next door it will set most of the health facilities are over here, so you pay you also to the head number of tests we can on. We need about the catching on the yes. University of Ghana Medical Center, over phase 1 and phase 2, only phase 1. About we buy establishing one phase 2. Of course, we now also and see phase 1 and phase 1 come I give you to the phase 2 after you go to phase 2. After you go to the go come no mobile which are completed project in that.
Dr. Anthony Nsia Asare a special advisor de ma abino ewo apomdin eho ono ena yete nka no ene da yukopiem ewo achem manso anache se nya asem keto akra Eastern region na che se nya asem keto akra ekuo bi a yefre wo mo concerned citizens of Ochiman eye demonstration kese pa editia Kane Mampeni His Excellency John Dramani Mahama ni nyina ene sen John Dramani Mahama ekoshe post to be a Honorable Isaac Adongo Bolga Central Emrashe Bedweni wo post to ya na che se kamia se ya ye ebusuamu yimu anase amanfo ebusua bi esusu se sa post no etia wo mo mekire achem efo nsem ne nyina eye achem Sakawa boys na eno ena ene nananam hemfo ene omanfo a omo ewo Achimland omo etimi ye demonstration kese pa a enye asem keto akra na eno ena opani a ogina ekuo no anim ema demonstration no ekoso no eye opani a yefre no Osaberima Okojiman apagwa ofori woye ohene ewo Achem apapam eho ena woye kronti hene ewo ehonom na ono ena odi edom anim ne enkrobi etese Achem abuakwa kotoku ene bosome ani nyina ewo Eastern region omo etimi eye demonstration editia John Dramani Mahama sene nsema ɔde ne ho agyegyim no ɛyɛ akyem sakawa boys no animanimu ya ɔmra abɔnten na ɔntimi emeyi nano ɛwɔ ɛhɔnom na ɛno ɛna demonstration no ɛkɔ so no nipa etimi kopie mu wɔ hɔ no na kyerɛ nye nipa ketewa koraa ɔmo hyehyɛ kɔbene kogyan pa ebubu ɔmo kɔm center de kokɔ ɛde kyerɛ sɛ ɔmo ani abere pa ɛnyɛ asɛm ketewa ɔmo ɛde yɛ wɔmo demonstration nti demonstration ɛde to dwa sɛ ɛbɛba so no ɛnɛ da yi etimi ɛba so a ɔmanfo a ɔmo ɛwɔ akyem ɛne nananom hemfo ɔmo nyinaa na ɔmo egyina mu bia kyerɛ sɛ na ɛnyɛ asɛm ketewa koraa ɛwɔ ɛhɔnom na yɛsɔre adwa no so na yɛsɔre deɛ a Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo akɔpiem ɛwɔ bono mantam na ɛnɛ da yi wakate sword ana ɔde asɔ abɔ fam sɛ yɛmfa afidi dwuma bi ɛnkɔ so ɛwɔ Techiman na afidie ne dwumadi a ɛkɔ akɔdie ne sɛ nwura a yɛyɛ no ɔman mu ha sei no titiriw Techiman ɛne ne mpɔtam sɛ afidie yi betumi aboa ma nwura no yɛtumi a recycle de ayɛ de adi dwuma foforɔ ama ɛho aba ɛso ɛmfa so sika bepiem ne de ɛnyɛ sika ketewa na Jospon Group ɔmo ɛna ɔmo afa dwumadi na ɔmo edie na Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo echirim sɛ saa afidi dwuma akɔ kopiem ɛwɔ Techiman no ɛbɛboa ama nipa dodo na timi anya adwuma saa nso ɛna efia adɔkore Ghana ha sei no saa adwuma yi nso ebetimi aboa ama ate ɛso ana ɛyɛ firi wɔ krakrakrakrakra ɔhwɛ montene so Roberts ɛne bottles ahodoɔ a egu Ghana yɛ montene so ahodoɔ a saa afidi a yɛde akɔ akɔsiwe sɛ en recycle ye normal ye use dada no na yintimi emfanye products foforo no saa de betimi aboa ema bottles so ansuo to a na atwe abegu kwam ene gates ahodo mu no etimi efri honom so ena ye na ye papa nom akuafo so betimi enya bi enya fertilizer edi omo ejuma rubber ye use no efie nso ye betimi enya bi ewo ehonom a jese enye asem keto akra jese fidie no ebeyim de ye papers de ye polythene bag de plastic na afei etimi edi juma ewo ehonom na COVID-19 ensem no still na active case no eda so active case nda so ewo 865 active case no da so 865 and trending news a de bremo no yemfa ensi ha nyame ya adoma ochina de akam no yesa ede beba besomo ewo akwentufo radio eso meeting ede Edward Donkom edamase esa mama monitor adehye makramo